slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patent it, being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay and last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back.
Leaving behind a nation grappling with the enormity of what had just transpired. As the news of Yoon's arrest spread, it ignited a firestorm of reactions across South Korea. Outside the presidential residence, a tense scene unfolded. Two groups, diametrically opposed in their views, had gathered. On one side were Yoon's supporters, a sea of angry faces waving flags and chanting slogans denouncing what they perceived as a politically motivated witch hunt. They accused the opposition party of manipulating the impeachment process and robbing Yoon of his rightful presidency. Their anger was palpable, fueled by weeks of inflammatory rhetoric from Yoon himself, who had painted himself as a victim of a deep-state conspiracy. On the other side stood those who celebrated Yoon's arrest as a victory for democracy. They had long accused him of authoritarian tendencies and abuse of power. For them, his removal from office represented a chance for South Korea to heal and move forward from the divisive politics that had come to define Yoon's tenure. The atmosphere was electric, a potent mix of anger, jubilation, and uncertainty. It was a stark illustration of how deeply divided South Korea had become under Yoon's leadership. The arrest marked the end of a tense 43-day standoff between Yoon and the South Korean government. After his impeachment, Yoon had retreated into the presidential residence, cutting himself off from the outside world and refusing to cooperate with authorities. He had declared martial law, a move that further inflamed tensions and raised fears of a military crackdown. From his self-imposed isolation, Yoon had issued a series of defiant messages, accusing his opponents of treason and vowing to fight to the death to protect the Constitution. He had claimed that his actions were necessary to prevent bloodshed and restore order to the country. His words, however, rang hollow to many. They saw his actions not as those of a patriot but of a desperate man clinging to power. His refusal to accept the outcome of the impeachment process had plunged South Korea into a constitutional crisis, paralyzing the government and leaving the country adrift. Section 4. The Price of Power. Yoon's arrest marked the beginning of a new chapter in this unfolding drama. He now faces a slew of charges, including insurrection, abuse of power, and corruption. The most serious of these charges, insurrection, carries a potential sentence of life in prison or even the death penalty. The evidence against him is said to be substantial, including allegations of bribery, election interference, and ordering the military to spy on his political opponents. Yoon, however, has remained defiant, maintaining his innocence and claiming that the charges against him are fabricated. He has vowed to fight the accusations tooth and nail, setting the stage for a protracted legal battle that is likely to further divide the country. The stakes are incredibly high, not just for Yoon, but for South Korea as a whole. A guilty verdict on even one of the charges could have far-reaching consequences for the country's political landscape. Section 5. An uncertain future. As Yoon sits in custody awaiting trial, the future of South Korea hangs in the balance. The Constitutional Court, the highest court in the land, is currently deliberating on the legality of Yoon's impeachment. If they uphold the impeachment, Yoon will be permanently removed from office and a new presidential election will be held within 60 days. However, if the court rules in Yoon's favor, he could potentially be reinstated as president. Such an outcome would likely plunge South Korea into further turmoil, with his opponents vowing to take to the streets in protest. The world watches with bated breath, waiting to see how this political drama will unfold. The arrest of Yoon Suk-yeol is a watershed moment in South Korean history, a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the high price of power. Regardless of the outcome, the events of recent weeks have left an indelible mark on South Korea, one that will continue to shape the country's political landscape for years to come.